On a previous visit to Cape Ann in 2018, we took in a game in Essex of the historic Intertown Twilight League, recognized as America's oldest active amateur baseball league. Not that the action wasn't riveting, but I love public libraries nearly as much as baseball and was so taken with the one on the hill overlooking right field, I made a note to return and visit. And I did.
I think the first thing I would say about our library, it's intimacy because we are only one room, so it's a community space.
The building, which Essex resident T.O.H.P. Burnham gifted to the town, also houses the town offices. It was designed by Boston architect Frank Weston, built in 1893, and is now on the National Register of Historic Places.
We have people visiting the area and they stop and they come in and they say, "This building, oh my heavens, I've never seen anything like it."
As with all public libraries, it's been a tough past year here. Only now are things getting back toward full in-person services.
Let me get it for you again, and I'll fix this.
What kind of comments have you heard from your patrons over this whole period? Complaints, support, desperation?
The nicest part of it all is when someone will return something or leave a note in a book and say, "We're so glad you're here. Thank you for staying open and everything that you do." And I have a stack of those that I've saved because I'll probably need them in the future just to pick up my mood.
Oh, and that right field apparently is a lot closer than it looks.
Well, I come in many a Monday morning and there will be a baseball in the room.
Did it break windows?
Sure.
Elsewhere in Essex, raise your hand if you know that the fried clam is said to have been invented here. One thing's for sure, Cape Ann and its so-called clam highway of Route 133 is the clammiest corner of New England. But there's only one place where you can get a basket of clams in a clam box, and it's in Ipswich. Former owner, the late Chickie Agalakis, liked to boast that she may not have invented the fried clam, but she did perfect it. Agalakis passed away in 2020, and today her son Dimitri and his wife Johanna run things.
Fries and coleslaw?
I feel like when I open the door every morning, my mom's still here with me. That's a beautiful thing.
I have had them all over Massachusetts. This is the place I always judge other clam places by.
The secret? Many swear it's the clam box's longtime tradition of dutifully changing its fryer oil twice a day.
I drive an hour to get here, but it's always consistent. The clams are always sweet, and you know, the people are nice here.
What do you think of your lunch company?
Well, you know, not everything can be the best, you know, the food's good.
Ipswich River is really the gem of the North Shore. It's really a place for peaceful relaxation, and a place for nature, a place to forget the outside world.
The Ipswich River is all of that, and the Ipswich River Watershed Association's Riverbend headquarters in Ipswich was the perfect place to check in on the state of one of the North Shore's most valuable and beloved natural resources.
Most important thing, obviously, is it's one of the cleanest rivers in Massachusetts.
Most people are unaware that the river runs 35 miles from Burlington, Mass. to New England's largest salt marsh and the ocean in Ipswich.
You can get lost in the marsh, and it's quiet, it's peaceful, pastoral, and of course it's the world headquarters of the famous Ipswich clam.
Hundreds of thousands use the river each year to paddle, swim, fish. There are nearly 30 put-ins along the river, making it highly accessible. For Jira Ishazi, one of the Watershed Association's newest volunteers, the river's been a welcome antidote for the COVID period.
My love affair with the Ipswich River started last year. I came here and, got that peace and tranquility, and I was able to relieve my stress.
But there is a downside to the river's popularity. For 14 North Shore communities and 350,000 people, the Ipswich is also the primary source of drinking water. Increasingly, says Castonguay, the beloved river is in danger of being loved to death.
You do withdraw too much water from the river, and we've unfortunately just a couple of weeks ago received the dubious distinction as being declared one of the 10 most endangered rivers in all of America, if you could believe that.
So what's the way forward for the river?
We're looking at that designation as an opportunity for us. We have the knowledge and we know what the solutions are to the river. We just need to all work together, and if we do so and are successful, we can protect this incredible resource for future generations forever.
After all, there's a reason this river has a lot of friends. Flowing forward, it'll need them more than ever.
On a more hopeful note, of the 10 U.S. rivers named most endangered by the advocacy group American Rivers, the Ipswich River is the only one that is not endangered by pollution. The threat to the Ipswich, as we heard, is from excessive water withdrawal, which can be easier to manage than a massive cleanup. Up next, a magnet for artists in Rockport.